Surveillance is showing heavy foot.
If you're taking hostage,
To roll. Like shadows in the night, the unseen.
Who's that?
give me the camera.
Imagine discovering a plot hole so massive, it collapses the Ninja Turtles' entire universe. Let's dissect the scene that broke the internet. The film begins with a determined reporter chasing a man for an interview. Despite her persistent questioning, the man ignores her, and eventually, her colleague convinces her to leave him alone. They were scheduled to conduct an interview elsewhere. Later that night, as she returns home, she notices something strange in the rain. Startled and scared, she calls a coworker who doesn't respond. Curiosity drives her to investigate and capture photos, as she often does for potential news stories. As she ventures further, she stumbles upon a dangerous gang led by a fierce woman. Suddenly, they're attacked by an unknown force, causing the gang to flee in panic. The reporter tries to identify the mysterious figure, but fails. She begins documenting the scene, snapping pictures of the aftermath. The next day, she presents her findings at the office, only to be ridiculed by her colleagues and dismissed by her boss. Meanwhile, the gang leader faces her superior, who scolds her for showing fear and demands they reclaim their power, even if it means taking innocent lives. In another scene, a charismatic leader delivers a speech promising peace and safety for the city. The reporter, impressed, approaches him and tells him her father once knew him. He encourages her to keep chasing her passion. Later, chaos erupts in the city as frightened civilians scatter. The reporter gets out to investigate and realizes the gang is attacking. Ignoring warnings from her coworker, she gets captured. The gang threatens the hostages. The female leader demands that the mysterious hero reveal himself, or they will start killing people. The reporter secretly begins recording, but she's caught. Luckily, the power cuts out and chaos ensues. In the confusion, the hostages are saved by unseen heroes. The reporter climbs a building and spots 4 odd-looking creatures. Their faces resemble turtles, and they demand to see her camera. She learns they are the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, who urge her to delete the photos to maintain their anonymity. Despite their request, her curiosity persists. Back home, she finds old documents from her father's experiments and a video showing 4 infant turtles marked for experimentation. Shockingly, the same public speaker from earlier was involved. She brings this revelation to her boss, but is once again dismissed. Meanwhile, the turtles face their trouble as their master interrogates them about being seen. When they admit the reporter saw them, he grows furious and demands she be brought in. The turtles then contact her, and she agrees to meet. They introduce her to their master, who reveals that her father was a scientist and once worked with the gang's leader. When her father realized his partner intended to misuse their research, he destroyed the lab and died in the fire. Only the turtles survived, saved by the reporter as a child. Their master raised and trained the turtles, turning them into heroes. He credits her for their survival. When asked if she revealed their existence, the reporter admits she told the public speaker, unaware he was aligned with the gang. Realizing the visiting card he gave her was a tracker, the turtles' lair is quickly invaded. A fierce battle ensues. The turtles fight valiantly, but their leader is injured, and the gang escapes with 3 turtles and their master. The villains intend to extract a substance from their bodies to create a virus and offer the cure later, appearing as heroes. The reporter seeks help from her colleague, and they head to the location where the turtles are imprisoned. With teamwork and courage, they manage to release the turtles and follow the villains to another city. Despite facing constant attacks from the boss lady, they press on. In the climax, the villain prepares to launch a device to destroy the city, but the reporter intervenes. A massive battle erupts. The turtles stop a falling tower and, with great effort, defeat the gang leader and the public speaker. The heroes rejoice. Later, the turtles present a new car they built, bringing humor and relief. Thus ends Part 1. Part 2 opens in a stadium with the turtles present. Rumors spread about the gang leader's death, but the media only interviews the reporter's colleague, making the turtles jealous. In their frustration, they prank him. The reporter contacts them again, observing a suspicious man she suspects is connected to the gang. She hacks his documents using a special watch and flirts to lower his guard. Soon, she discovers the gang leader is still alive and imprisoned. He is about to be transferred, and the villains plan an ambush to free him. The turtles gear up, inspired by their master's words, and begin following the transport van. Bikers ambush the van as predicted, but the turtles intervene. A helicopter arrives to extract the gang leader, but the turtles fight back. Amid the chaos, the gang leader vanishes. He's later seen with a robotic creature who tasks him with retrieving 3 machine parts from around the world. In return, he'll receive help to dominate Earth. Meanwhile, a police officer who failed to stop the gang leader is suspended. He starts investigating independently. The gang leader recruits 2 strong prisoners, transforming them into mutant creatures. The reporter, spying on them, is captured but soon rescued by the suspended officer. The turtles arrive, too, and the officer is initially frightened but reassured by the reporter. One turtle discovers an antidote that briefly turns his hand human. They keep this a secret. The villains retrieve the first machine piece, and soon after, the second. Meanwhile, a mysterious purple liquid disappears from a museum, hinting at dangerous interdimensional plans. The reporter and turtles rush to stop the villains, seeking help from the police. At the police headquarters, they're arrested but manage to escape. The gang leader secures the final piece of the machine and boards a plane with his team. The turtles, chasing the plane, engage in an epic aerial battle that ends with the aircraft crashing into water. Despite setbacks, they fight for the final machine piece to stop the apocalypse. The villains are too strong, and the turtles feel discouraged. Meanwhile, the reporter escapes custody, contacts her colleague, and urges him to guide the turtles. A gang member retrieves the purple liquid and initiates the portal, causing panic in the city. The climax, the turtles, the reporter, her coworker, and the police officer rally together, remembering their master's words. Unity brings strength. They confront the villains at the portal site. While the police officer distracts the creatures inside, the turtles battle the robotic monster outside. The portal is eventually destroyed, and victory is celebrated with dancing turtles. The city honors them, handing them the symbolic key. The police officer asks if they want to live like humans, but the turtles, smiling, say they're happy just as they are. The film concludes on a joyful note. In a universe built on secrecy and stealth, the biggest plot hole appears when the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles openly engage in massive battles in front of crowds. Explosions, skyscraper collapses, and even televised fights. Yet somehow, the world still treats them like urban legends. The scene in question? When the turtles crash a hijacked plane into a river and fight villains midair, all while being filmed and tracked. Still, by the next day, no one seems to know who they are. Fans were quick to call it out. How can creatures that saved an entire city in broad daylight still be considered a myth? This contradiction not only undermines the story's core tension, keeping their identity hidden, but also broke the internet with breakups, memes, and debates. It's a reminder that even in a fantasy world, consistency matters. Agree? Disagree? Watch it again, and let's start a comment civil war. And if you're obsessed with hidden movie secrets, smash that bell. Our next video might ruin your childhood.